Hey guys, good morning, everybody. Today is Thursday, February 24th. It is 6:19 right now. We have about 11 minutes till market open. I'm going to go and set up the room real quick and then we can get started. So as you guys know, the Russia and Ukraine crisis has escalated heavily over the past 24 hours. Russia's finally invaded Ukraine. So we'll see how the market's looking. Obviously, the market is going to be heavily affected. It's been heavily affected for the past couple, I guess, the past year or so. We're probably not going to take the breakout today. We're probably not going to bother looking on open because there's probably going to be a ton of manipulation as price. I'm assuming price is going to dump even heavier because the market's technically been closed for the New York Stock Exchange. It's going to reopen in about 10 minutes. When the market does open, you're going to see a lot of people panic selling, of course. So we'll wait for that to play out. Once it's done playing out, then we will see where it goes from there. But I did see a lot of you guys lock in some pretty solid profit pre-market. So let me just get this link sent out to you guys here in the groups. All right, let's see. All right, there you go. All right, so yeah, looking at everyone's profits from this morning, looks like pretty good amount of you guys locked in some solid profits pre-market. So looking at this over here, Albert locked in a total of 966 this morning. CSUC locked in 19,000 this morning. CSUC's other account 18,000. Kip locked in some pretty heavy profit right there. Kip again right there, 20,000 US30. Patricia as well, locked in 5,625. Patricia's other account, 5,275. Some more from Patricia right here. Rick locked in 12,000 for the day. C6, 6,000 off this count. Rick again right there, 9,000. Maddie, 8,000 right there. So as you guys can see, a lot of people here took trades last night and into the pre-market session as the drops were happening. As you guys can see here on US30, the market is now going sideways. What I do expect to happen when the market does reopen is that it's probably going to drop even further as the US market opens and people panic sell. So that's going to be something to look out for. We will analyze the market completely, but obviously we're going to be looking for sells today. We're definitely not looking for any buys. I do expect the market to drop even further. However, we might see a lot of manipulation on open. So if we do take some trades today, I'm probably going to use a smaller lot size. I'm not going to use a full 10. I might use a 7, even half, maybe 5, because the volatility today might be pretty crazy. Last thing I want to do is get caught with these wide spreads and then there being slippage where it goes past your stop loss. So, I mean, we'll see how the market plays out. Market is going to open in about 7 minutes. When the market does open, we will we'll gauge the market to see how it's moving. And I will probably just be a bit careful. So let me scroll up a little bit. Morning, Kenneth. Morning, Peter. Morning, Stern. Morning, Kenny. Morning, Miles. Rick said, you don't think they'll try to pump the open? I doubt it. I think they're going to dump the open because the thing is, market's closed. Not everyone's been trading pre-market, Rick. The market's going to reopen at 6:30. And I mean, if you woke up and you're like, oh shit, the war is going on, what are you going to do? Are you going to buy? Probably not. You're probably going to sell. So I do expect it to get dumped, because the thing is, you got to think about the market we're trading in, guys. We're trading US30, like the future. If you're just trading the stock market, or you're trading, I don't know, stock market certain futures, the US, the Dow 30 index in general, you're going to wake up today and you're going to be like, oh crap, the war is going on. What's going to happen in the market, right? Yeah, of course, market's probably going to get pumped, but it's not going to really get pumped that much. It's going to get pumped maybe a little bit, and then it's going to come crashing down. Because the thing is, a lot of people are probably thinking the same thing you're thinking, Rick. And if people are thinking the same thing you're thinking, that market's going to get pumped, market's probably going to do opposite. So you got to think about what the majority of people are thinking. Majority of people are probably thinking market's going to drop. But then there's going to be, the black sheep of the herd who are thinking, okay, people are probably going to try to do the opposite. But this is different. This isn't like, whenever war happens, the market's going to go pretty crazy. So we might see like a small pump. I don't see a pump like all the way up, probably like maybe up to like the high here, and then it'll just come crashing right back down. So this is why you guys don't want to gamble during this period. See, like how Rick thinks the market might get pumped. I do think the market's going to get pumped, but the last thing you want to do is it pumps up, it comes down, pumps back up, and then it comes back down, right? Because these moves are not going to be small moves. Let's see if we can measure how far the market's been moving from here until here. This is about a 2,000 pip move, guys, within an hour. So if you're going to be moving right here and the spread's going to be super heavy. Yeah, Brian said FTMO spread is 327 right now. That spread is crazy, guys. So, don't expect to cash like 100 pips that easily. These pumps here are going to be, in the 1,000 pip range. So you guys want to be very careful. No, Steven, don't take the breakout. Steven said, good morning. Okay, I'm ready for the breakout. No, Steven, don't take the breakout. There's a war going on right now. So you should probably not take the breakout. Yeah, let me scroll up real quick. Hey, Jason, morning Funny. Nice. Jason said, hey, Sean, got my first funded account this morning, bro. Let's go. I'm up 777 right now. Nice, Jason. Morning, Rashida. Morning, Jonathan. Morning, Jez. Morning, Brenda. Morning, Barack. Morning, Fahad. Morning, Anton. Jonathan, morning. Orain, morning. Anton said, take it, Steve. I believe in you. Morning, Jennifer. Barack said, Steve, the war's already broke out. That's a breakout. Exactly. Morning, Madison. Morning, Jay. Morning, Matthew. So, Steven, I don't know if you don't realize that the war is going on right now in Russia. I mean, in Ukraine, between Russia. Market's going to be pretty crazy on open, Steven. So I don't think you should take the breakout. The spread's pretty heavy right now. It's like 300 and something pips. I mean, you should definitely not take the breakout, Stephen. I mean, you can take it if you want, but I mean, if you blow your account today, you already knew that you were supposed to take the breakout. All right, but if you do take the breakout, I would recommend you take it with a smaller lot size, Stephen, because the volatility here is crazy. Plus the spread's kind of heavy. So you're not going to want to get caught in a trade that's going the wrong way. All right, so let's go here real quick. And I'm going to, good morning, everybody. I'm going to go and set up the liquidity areas over here. Our bias today is obviously going to be a sell. So what I would recommend, Steven, if you are looking for the breakout, if you get a buy breakout, don't take the buy. Wait for it to come back down and then take the sell. Because I mean, this war is going to have a super heavy impact in the market. So we got a lot of liquidity on the top side. I think it's probably going to hit some of this liquidity. I don't think it's going to go all the way up. It'll probably hit maybe up to this high. This is kind of what I'm looking for. And then it'll probably come crashing down. So let's take a look at the IG sentiment. IG sentiment currently right now is 60% long, 61% long here. Looking over at fundamentals, it's down 700 points, guys. This thing is down. It's going to stay down, I believe. And it's still dumping right now as well. So here's a pre-market move. Price is starting to dump. I would definitely not even think about taking any buys today at all. There you go. As price starts to dump lower. Solange said everyone putting their money into gold. Is that a safe tactic? Or, I mean, technically, whenever war is going on or anything crazy goes going on, gold goes up because people are scared to put their money in the market. So it's a common thing that that people do, but I wouldn't necessarily just put like, all your money in there and then pray it's going to go up. Because the thing is, it can just come right back down. The gold market also gets manipulated. Every market gets manipulated. I personally just sell in the cash. There you go with that manipulated push to the upside. Do not chase this push up right here. This push up is going to be, I think it's going to come right back down shortly. So obviously they're trying to lure in some buyers here. They think people are buying the dip because prices dip so heavily over here. People think price. So this is basically what happened over here, guys. Look, like people try to buy the dip at every point, just comes right back down. So here we go. I'm gonna go over here to the clean chart real quick, draw these high lows. I think today is like Fed day too, so there's actually gonna be news today as well. So there's gonna be a lot of stuff causing markets to go up and down. Here comes the falling candle, Steven. You got about a minute left on this candle, and it's not red, so definitely not an entry off that. But let's see. I mean, today's just going to be like every other day this week, guys. It's all going to be about patience, right? Because you're going to see a lot of crazy movements. You're going to want to hop into a lot of these crazy movements. But the key thing here is to wait for that perfect entry to come up. Mark up a couple things here. So here's 630. Draw a horizontal line right there at opening price. Let's color that blue. I think there was like unemployment news that was released this morning too, right? I mean, there's a lot of stuff that came out this morning. But all right, so let's just mark that up there. So as you can see, this is the move that I was talking about earlier. You're gonna get an obvious push to the upside because everyone thinks price is going to drop. So they're trying to stop everybody out who's trying to take the sells on the open. And then it's going to come back down. So as you can see, a huge wick on the top side. This was anticipated because they need to stop people out. So as I mentioned, pre-market, I did say price will probably go up to this high here, but then it's probably going to come right back down. Thanks, Maddie. So Maddie said it bounced off news price. Let me go over here real quick. I'm going to mark up a couple things. So this is going to be opening price. Let me check the news again. So this morning, there was news at 5:30, I believe, right? Yeah, so there's high impact news right here. It's prelim GDP, unemployment claims at 5:30. So let's go to 5:30 real quick, where Maddie was confirming. Let's see, 5:30 was like right over here. All right, so this is news price. Actually, news price is the same price as opening price. So we don't really need to put anything right there. It's, right, I guess it's like slightly above it right there. It's basically right next to it. Steven, this is your breakout right here, but I wouldn't recommend taking it to buy. Or no, it's not actually. There's no buy signal there. So no breakout off that yet. But if it does close with that buy signal. So technically, this is your breakout right here, Steven. I would not recommend taking this. If you guys are looking right now, a reminder, I don't recommend taking any buys. And this is exactly why. It's probably going to come right back down to where it's supposed to go and hit the stop loss. So this would technically be the breakout, but today's definitely not the day to take a breakout. So, and there you go. That's why I told you guys not to take a breakout for a buy, because it was going to go right back down because we're looking for a sell here, guys. I'm definitely recommending you guys don't take any buys. You know, it did exactly what we anticipated. Price came right up to this area, the high area, and then there it goes. It comes back down. So, you know, if you guys were listening in the beginning, this is where I said price will probably go up to, and that's exactly where it went to. Now it's coming back down. So we're definitely looking for sells if we could find something good here. I mean, obviously we're waiting for price to come back down. We're looking for any V3s, V1s, V2s. And there goes the analysis playing out perfectly. So there it goes. It comes back down. I probably should have sold around this area, but it's okay. To take a speculative sell, I probably could put stop loss right there and wrote it down, but it's all good. All right, price is coming back down below opening price, and you guys can see where price is rejecting from, right? Right off those lines that I drew earlier. So these lines are important, guys. Like, I'm not drawing these lines for no reason. You can see where price is rejecting from. It came down. Look where the wick rejected right from. Exactly that point. So what I'm looking for here is I'm looking for price to come below opening price, confirm below this area, and then continue dropping. I know that this liquidity here was already touched. I'm going to leave it there because if price ends up dropping further, it's going to be a retest of that liquidity. And then it's going to drop pretty heavy from there. This is my anticipation. When price does finally come below here a second time, this was the first test. When it comes down for a second test, it's going to break right through it. It's going to drop pretty heavy. What I'm going to do is I'm going to go on the higher time frames, and I'm going to get some liquidity that's lower because I do think it's going to drop, and we probably want to know where that next area of liquidity could probably be sitting. I mean, price hasn't been down here in months. Look how far it's been down. There's like literally no liquidity down there. I got to go on the daily to find it. So price is super far down. I mean, even on the daily, you can see here, the next area of liquidity is going to be like right here. I'm probably going to color this line a different color so that we know. All right, I'm going to color this red, or let's color it green. I think that's a better color for it. It's kind of hard to see. Let's just do like a neon green. All right. So these are going to be the daily lows, like on the daily chart. Let me go back for 1 minute. I mean, it's going to come back eventually, but if price does break below this point, I mean, it's going to be pretty far drop down. So if it hits liquidity right here, the problem is it's going to hit a sessions right here. I'd probably wait for it to close below the sessions down here. If it closes below the sessions, then it's going to be a pretty big dump to the downside. Not that heavy, but about 1,300 pips. So one thing that you guys want to be very careful for is, even though price hits liquidity right here, it's probably going to come back down and then possibly reject off the sessions right here. So if you take a trade here, I'd probably be very careful because, let's see, probably go for maybe 100 pips because, or maybe even 200 pips. The sessions is only 300 pips away. It's not that far. Because I know some of you guys like taking those speculative sells, which they do play out, but one thing you want to be careful for is when it bounces off the sessions, which it'll probably do. So we'll see what goes from there. Rick said he's in a sell at 32,086. 32,000. I think you're missing a number, Rick. Oh, you're already out. Okay. Yeah, I'm not messing with the market right now. So two main things to look out for here, guys. One main thing is going to be this area of liquidity, but it wouldn't even matter because we're not looking for buys. But if it does hit this area, it'll probably push up a little higher. The other area of liquidity is going to be down here. This is probably going to be the more important area of liquidity because we're looking for sells. I'm not in any positions right now. This is just going to be a matter of us waiting for any updates in the market. You can see that price is ranging pretty heavy, this range right here. So market opened right over here at 630. from market open till now, prices ranged about 1,740 pips. It's a big range. So you guys want to be very careful unless you have a really, really wide stop loss. Exactly. So Maddie said, waiting for the range to get tighter. Same here. It's exactly what I'm doing. You just want to be patient. Change this back to blue. Man, I got to redo all this. Keep the sessions on over here. All right, one there. One there, one there. All right. Here, let's see. All right, so this got pushed up a little higher. I'm just gonna delete this for now. Wait for it to come up. Henry's asking, Sean, how wide are you showing the spread? Let's see. So the buy price right now is super volatile. It's at about, I mean, the market's moving too fast. I can't even calculate this. The price is changing so fast, you can't even calculate it. The spread right now is probably, let's see. Okay, so I'm gonna try to calculate this. I can't even count it, guys. The market's moving too fast. 4-6. Okay, let's try this. 465 or no, 465 minus. Fuck, I can't even do it, guys. The price is moving. Okay, 771 659 659. Spread's about 112 right now. It's bouncing between 100 and 300 pips. So, I mean, Henry, if you want to do it, just subtract the buy price from the sell price. The price is moving way too fast. I can't calculate it, but it's going to be around this area right here. Let me see if I catch it again. Because MT4 doesn't show you what the spread is. Like, it just shows you the buy and sell price. That's how you figure out what the spread is, because it's the distance between the buy and sell. So 360 minus 348. So it looks like it's starting to stabilize around 100 points. I mean, this is not right here. It's just moving too fast. But either way, spread doesn't matter. I mean, spread's going to be wide either way, Harry. So I don't think that's something you should be worried about. You should worry about actual good entry. But yeah, it seems like spread is bouncing between 112 and 300 pips. So the variable is pretty heavy. If your stop loss is too tight, you can get caught in a really bad trade, especially if your stop loss is like, 300 pips. So this is why you guys want to be very careful. You probably want to use a smaller lot size and have a bigger stop loss just to even survive the spread if it ends up, getting all crazy. Yeah, Brian said highest is 420 to 110, jumping between 110 and 420. Yeah, thanks guys for confirming that. Yeah, or Jess said to use a spread indicator. I don't know what that is, but if you guys know what it is, you guys can use that. Oh gosh, okay, D, thanks. I didn't know you could do that. D said that if you go to Market Watch, you can right click on this symbol. Spread. I don't know what happened. It didn't come up on mine. Oh, I see it. Or no, I don't. It's all right. I'm not gonna mess with it. Okay, I see it. Yeah. So this, yeah, the spread is pretty heavy. Thanks, D. I didn't even know you could do that. Spread is currently at 220 right now. It's bouncing between 110 and now 330. The spread is just gonna be variable throughout the entire day. That's crazy. I didn't know you could do that. It's really useful. All right. Anyways, market is going crazy again. You can see right here it's bouncing right off the opening price and news price again. Thanks, Madison. Madison confirmed there's news in about 15 minutes. So let's see. Yeah, news right here at 7. It's new home sales, which is not high impact, but it will affect the market. So keep an eye out for that. Oh, thanks, Brian. Brian said you can look on your phone and touch advanced. It'll show the spread as well. Yeah. So anyways, the spread right now is, oh, fuck. Why did I do that? Shit. I accidentally hit. All right, I gotta watch this. Fuck. I was trying to move the stupid button for the spread thing. Oh my God, horrible fucking entry. I was gonna make sure I make some profit off of this. Fuck my life. Let me set a TP here. Okay. I'm in profit, but I gotta wait for it to come down lower. Let me take this thing off right here so you guys aren't. I'm not in a trade, guys. There was I was moving that fucking market watch button. Let's see. Oh. Set my TP right here so I can just pull out. Where's it at right now? Oh my God, price is moving so crazy. Ah, thank God I pulled out with some profit. That should stress me out. Let's see. Three, two, two, two. Let's close over here. 3, 2, 2. And thank God I pulled out of this thing. It was super stressing out. I accidentally hit I was trying to move this that market watch button that D was telling me about. The problem is the market watch button comes right next to your one click buy or sell. Thankfully, I mean it's sold, but that was an accident. I wasn't trying to enter any trade off that right there. Oh my God, it's stressing me out, dude. All right, I'm trying to see if there's any other entries here that are coming up. See if there's anything over here. I mean, there's obviously no entries that are available at the moment. It's possible V3 that's coming up over here. The volatility right now is pretty crazy though. Oh man, it's stressing me out here. Okay, anyways, I pulled out of that super quickly. So this Man, let me close this button, guys. Sorry, I'm not fucking about this thing anymore. The market watch button is right next to the sell button. Thank God it's hit sell, not buy. But yeah, that thing shot all the way up. There he goes. It hits liquidity right there. And let's see where it goes from here. Anyways, let me check this real quick. Oh, thanks, Jez. So Jez said I sent you the indicator to add so you can see the spread and candle timer. Yeah, this market's pretty crazy, guys. I don't even know if I'm going to trade today. This, like just looking at the trade running earlier when I was holding on to it, because the thing is I accidentally entered like around this area right here. So every time it kept bouncing around here, this thing was going like super high. It was going like negative 1,000, negative 1,000, 2,000, 3,000, 4,000, 5,000. And it comes back in a profit like 3,000, 4,000. And it just keeps going all throughout here. But anyways, not in any positions. No, I didn't trade it all last night, guys. A lot of people are asking if I traded the Asia drop. I wasn't at my desk yesterday, so I didn't take any of the trades. But even if I was at my desk, I wouldn't have taken those sells yesterday. Let's see. So a couple of you guys here did post some profits. Kenny over here sent profits 2,152. Nice work, Kenny. Lisa over here locked in a total of 5,038. Nice work, Lisa. Kenny again over here locked in 4,125. These are pretty much like trades off open or pre-market. Kenny again right here. Damn, Kenny locked in a lot of profit this morning. He took a buy last night, it looks like, and then he took some sells. Total profit of 5,333. So great work right there, Kenny. Jez added the indicator he was talking about right here. If you guys are interested in that. Other than that, I think that's it for now. Yeah, Kenny, great profits right there. Locked in 5,000 for the day so far. Eunice over here as well, locked in some pre-market profits, locked in 2,049. Nice work, Eunice. Let's see what else we got over here. I think that's it for now. But yeah, no entries available at the moment, guys. I'm definitely not playing with the market right now. So Steven's question is fundamentals are red. So this is why we didn't take that buy from the 1 minute. So Steve, we're not taking trades because, I mean, are you looking at the market right now, Steven? Like, do you see how it's moving pretty crazy right now, Steven? So we're not looking to take any trades at all. This is mainly because of the war that's going on. I mean, it's the same thing I've been trying to kind of explain to you for like the past couple weeks now. Yeah, Steven said it's super volatile. Exactly, because the war is going on. You don't want to get caught in trade like going the opposite direction because, or even like if you were taking a sell at this moment, because the thing is everyone thinks the market's going to go down, right? Like literally everyone thinks, oh, you can just sell and make money. It's not that easy. You'll get manipulation like this. If you were to take a sell point over here and price shoots up, you're gonna get burnt pretty bad, right? Vice versa. If you start to chase this dip over here or this push to the upside, price is probably gonna come right back down. So this is why you want to be, I mean, this is why you don't even want to trade during these types of conditions, because there really is no bias. Like if you trade during normal market conditions, there's a bias because you can confirm what people are trading and you can just trade in the opposite direction. For this here, you don't know where people are trading because people are trading in both directions. You're going to see manipulation to both sides because some people are trying to buy the dip, some people are trying to, sell the news. Steven, the war is not going to end tomorrow, bro. Steven said, how about tomorrow? The war just started, Steven. So this stuff is not going to end tomorrow, Steven. Like, wars go on for a while. They go on for weeks, months. Steve, I'm sure if you go, if you just go check, yeah, Peter said 5 p.m. tonight it ends, Steven. Yeah, no, you want to be very careful with the market for a while now, because yeah, there's a V3 right here, guys, but obviously we're not taking the trade because it is until it starts to stabilize. So here's the thing, Steven, market is going to stabilize a bit. The war is not going to end tomorrow. It's going to go on for a bit. 5:18 p.m. Steven. The war is not going to end anytime soon. You'll see where price kind of stabilizes, like when the war kind of, it's not going to get any quieter, but the market will stabilize for a bit, and then another bombing will happen, and then price will just drop again, right? But the war just literally just started, Steve. So if you if you look at anything, just look on any news outlet, right? If you look on any news outlet, they're all giving updates regarding the war. As the war progresses, there's gonna be other stuff happening in the market. So like right here, China refuses to call Russia attack on Ukraine an invasion, deflects and blames the US. So here's another news event that could be affecting US economy, right? It's war related, but it's not because of the war. It's because China is blaming everything on the US. There's going to be different factors, Steven. So I think the best thing for you is probably to just watch the news, Fox News specifically, and then see how the war is going on. Yeah, no, Steven said I'm going to call the president of Ukraine. Yeah, but just be careful for the next. I think for the rest of this week, guys, market's going to be pretty crazy because everything just started. So the war just started, and then also there's going to be other things that are happening, just like I mentioned here, China over here is blaming US for the invasion and whatnot. And then there's going to be other things, I think yesterday they said that the price of oil went up super crazy right here. So oil prices jumped 8%. It's Brent tops 100 first time since 2014. So there's going to be a lot of different factors that are affecting the market, not necessarily just the bombings and stuff happening in Ukraine, but there's going to be other things that are going to be affecting the market as well. So anyways, here's the V3 that was running. It's not one that I'm currently in, but it's one that is obviously currently running. I just saw your message to you. Yeah, no, exactly. Talanji said a risky man could have made some good money today. Or they could have lost a lot of money too, because a risky man would have sold Talanji and the market went super up. So I think, where's Rick at? Is Rick here? Rick, please tell me you're not in any of these sells, bro. Because the market is not looking good, bro. If anybody's just gambling in the market right now. I don't want to talk about it. Yeah, this is why you guys can't trade one direction, guys, especially during times like this where everyone thinks price is just going to go straight down. It's not going to be good for anybody, right? So you guys want to definitely be very, very careful about the trades that you guys decide to take around this type of period. Because the thing is, obviously, we're looking for sells. It's just not the right time to take sells. It's going to take some time. Because the thing is, if you look at the market from yesterday, the market has already dropped. So as you can see right here on the 10-minute, just clean this up. Market has already dropped all throughout Asia session. So market has dropped heavily right here. what's happening now is just consolidation. I know on the 1 minute it looks kind of crazy because price is pushing up. I'm gonna take this off, guys, because I don't want people to think that we're in the sell. We're not in any trades right now. But just looking here on the 10 minute. So if I take a lot of this stuff, or I'll leave it on. If you guys look here, price has already dropped during Asia session. Price is now just consolidating sideways. This is what's happening now. So what you're looking for is for price to choose a direction, which is probably going to be down, right? So I know in the 1 minute, it looks kind of crazy, like price is kind of going back and forth all over the place, but realistically, price is really just consolidating on the higher time frames. So, I mean, thankfully I got out of that trade earlier. Thankfully, I'm not doing anything at the moment. I'm just waiting because, yeah, I mean, this could easily, this could turn out ugly really quickly. Depending, I mean, even if you're taking buys, so like say, for example, you're taking a buy right here, price is dropping again right here, like 500 pips. So if you're taking, like if you're chasing trades in either direction for buy or a sell, and your stop loss is only 500 pips, you're gonna get burnt, right? Like, for example, you're chasing this buy, price drops, you would have gotten burnt there. You're chasing this sell, price pushes back up, you get burnt that way as well. It's just not it's not safe to be holding any trades right now. Let's see. Yeah, a possible triple confluence right here. What Charleston, but this is too big of a candle. I wouldn't take it. It's probably have to retrace right after. So this candle right here was about, it's moved almost 1,000 pips. And there he goes, it's retracing back. So, I mean, technically you probably would have hit TP already if you were to take that there. It technically would have hit TP already, 100 pips. So this market is crazy. I'm just watching it. I'm watching it like in shock because I'm like looking at all these other entries here. I'm like thinking about going on a demo and just playing around with the market because so the way that the market's ranging, I was looking at this right here. So say for example, if you took that the triple confluence, right? So if you were to take a triple confluence right here, and this is like kind of similar to the strategy that I was talking about, like how Isaac was trading and stuff like that. It's called a grid. So like, for example, here, you can see how price keeps bouncing around this area, right? So every time price comes up, you just enter another sell, 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 sell. So this thing came up and down like 5 times. That would have been a quick 500 pips right there. If you were to keep taking it. It's pretty crazy how yeah, exactly. I said, ain't gonna lie. I've been doing that too, just re-entering over and over. So this is the good thing about trading in a volatile market. You can like keep entering a trade and then it just keeps, I mean, obviously, it just keeps dropping lower and lower and lower and lower. With the moves there. Like if you have a really strong bias, like for example, let's see. No, it wasn't a triple confluence right there. The trend meter is green. So it wasn't a triple confluence. This was just a high-low entry. Or I guess you could consider a double confluence because this right here would have been a pivot scalp plus a high-low entry. Oh yeah, and Mad, you just mentioned the V3 from earlier was a full TP. So this one up here, if anyone wants to take that, or it wasn't even that one, I think it was this one, right? Yeah. So if anyone took the V3 from earlier, I didn't take a trade, but if anyone took it, that would have been a full TP right there. So, I mean, as you guys can see, the strategies are working perfectly fine. It's just market's kind of crazy right now. There's a lot of different ways to trade this type of market. It's just a matter of it is a matter of of identifying, which type of way to trade. I mean, there's a lot of different ways to trade this. Like how I was mentioned earlier, the grid, or like price is super volatile. So say, for example, you get an entry. I'm not going to say there's an entry here, but if there was an entry, and say price keeps bouncing back and up from this point, right? And this is something that I don't recommend people use, but I'm just showing you guys that there's like a certain type of strategy that you guys can use to make like a ton of profit off of these like quick moves here. So as you can see, as price keeps bouncing around this area, but you would have to have like a pretty wide stop loss to just survive any of these types of spikes. Like this is exactly why I wouldn't recommend it, because if you were to do this, this is probably would have been a double loss if you guys would have done this here. But I'm obviously there's no entry there. But I was saying if there was an entry, like there wasn't over here, what you could have done is went for maybe like a 50-30 split or even less. Every time price came up right here, so this would have hit TP, came back up, hit TP, came back, hit TP. That's like 3 wins right there. And some people trade that way when you're in a ranging market. You just have a stop loss that's wide enough to pretty much cushion the range. So maybe not here, but you probably have a stop loss above here. So every time it comes up, comes down, hits TP, comes up, comes down, hits TP, comes up, comes down, hits TP, versus the bigger move where price goes for a bigger push. But that's just one way of doing it. I don't recommend people do that unless you really know what you're doing. Another way is to just take the 100 pip scalps, right? So like, for example, here, if you were to take a 100 pip scalp right here off this version 3, this would have hit full TP. Another 100 pip scalp right here, this would have been a full TP. So what I would recommend is taking lower risk and pulling on profit. I don't think this is the type of market to let the trade run, because if you guys let it run, it's probably going to spike back up before it comes back down. Anyways, I'm trying to catch at least one good trade today. Let me see if we could at least find one today with, I'm gonna clean this up over here. It's too messy. Price is now coming back down to this area. Volatility and spread is just like super high right now too. So you guys want to be very careful with that. I'm not sure who's actually trading right now, but I'm definitely not watching the chart, waiting for any possible entries to come up. And as you can see, price is still ranging within the areas over here. Nice. Yeah, Nick said I'm in a one lot just waiting, just one lot seller just waiting. Lots of confluence building up. I think it might be a fake out up. Yeah, no, same here. I'm just glad I'm not in the market. If I was in the market right now, I'd probably be stressing out because this volatility is pretty heavy. All right, so nothing here. I mean, what we might have to do is, or I mean, it wouldn't really make a difference. Price is looking to be pretty crazy on other time frames. There's no clear direction on the 3-minute. Obviously, you can see right here, price is just moving along the pivots. Same with the 5 over here. Price is just moving along. I mean, they're big ranges, but price is just going sideways. It's just a huge range. So if you were to measure the range here off the 5 using this low and this high right here, the range from this right here is 2,450 pips. It's a huge range. Same with the 10 over here, as you can see. I'll just draw what the high lows are currently, like the where price is ranging from. So here's a high low right here off the 10. It's just ranging, but the range is pretty wide, 2,500 pips. So if the 1 minute is too crazy for you guys to look at, which it probably is going to be too crazy for majority of people if you're not used to watching the 1 minute, then just go on the higher time frame. You're going to see here that price isn't really moving directional. It's just ranging. 5 minutes ranging, 10 minutes ranging. I mean, there's another V3 right here. Not one that I'm looking to take because it's just too risky, but it's about 1,000 pip move. Yeah, about 1,000 pip move right there on the 10. The V3 over here on the 3 minute would have hit TP as well. Looks like it already hit. Yeah. So if the 1 minute is too crazy for you guys, just move on a on a higher time frame. But even so, if you move on the higher time frame, it's still going to be risky. It's going to be risky either way trading today, guys. But just make sure to use proper risk. I'd probably recommend using less than 1% risk today because you don't want to blow your account on one trade because there might be slippage too. Like this is what might happen. Price might just push up. And then say, for example, you have your stop loss like somewhere right here. If you guys are not familiar with slippage, price might slowly make its way up like a slow push to your stop loss. And then I'm sure you guys have seen this before where price just shoots way up, right? If that happens and you run through slippage, your stop loss isn't going to be respected. It's probably going to break right through it. And then you're going to end up blowing your account. So this is why you should use less than 1% risk. So if it does hit your stop loss, you'll have a big enough gap. So on FTMO, you can lose like 5% per day. So say, for example, this is 1%. You could technically lose way up here. So even if you have slippage and it close, what happened to my chart? Okay. So say, for example, it passes your stop loss and then it closes you out like right here instead, right? This is probably what will happen. It'll spike up and instead of closing you out at your actual stop loss, it closes you out up here. If that becomes the case, you still have all this space right here to save your account. So that's why you guys should be using less risk. I know a lot of you guys want to just go heavy risk, pull a Rick and go full lot size. But today's not the day to take full lot size, guys. You want to take something a lot smaller. So, all right. Hopefully that explanation made sense to you guys. There's a reason behind using smaller lot sizes during super volatile conditions like this, because slippage is going to happen. There's no doubt it's going to happen, especially with these big moves right here. So let's measure this here. Yeah, price has been moving within the last 10 minutes with less than 10 minutes, like more than 1,600 pips. It's a huge move right there. All right, so we got that there. Let's see. As long as I'm calling snipe, you have full TP. Let me just clean this up over here. So just a reminder, guys, we're not in any position. So even right here, if you were to take a V3 on the 10-minute, this wouldn't have played out well. Let's see if there's any updates with regard to the market. Let me refresh this. The entire indexes are down again. As you can see here, obviously the Dow is down 600 points, S&P is down 54 points, NASDAQ's down 112 points, Russell 2K is down 22 points. See if there's any more updates here with regarding so it says Russian troops descend on Ukraine as NATO plans to deploy extra forces in Eastern Europe. US Treasury prices rise, yields fall as investors seek out safety. So as you can see right here, the market is shifting because of the scare going on with regard to the war. It was about 26 minutes ago. US sends more firepower to NATO members in Russia's backyard. President Biden to address nation as airstrikes killed dozens of Ukrainian soldiers. So yeah, I mean, we're expecting Biden to speak today anyways. So Biden will be speaking later today. All right, so let's get back to the 1 minute over here. Another V3 right here for the 1 minute. Man, I'm kind of tempted to take one of these, but I don't know, I'm also not tempted because the market's, and this is why it's important to have a TP, right? Because if you didn't have a TP here, you'd be back in drawdown. But if you had a TP right here off this V3, you would have been pulled out already. The problem with these TPs here is the fact that the spread is super wide. So the spread right now is, let's see. The spread is currently, there's a market watch button. It's 110. So the thing with this right here, if you didn't cover the spread, you'd be screwed right now. Because the spread right here would have been 110 pips. And if you didn't cover the spread, you'd still be stuck in this position right now. So that's what the spread's looking like right there. Yeah, no, exactly. So yeah, this V3 right here, this is what the spread is looking like, guys. So if you didn't cover the spread, so what you should do is you should probably move your stop loss, your TP up a little higher. So if you guys are to take any trades, make sure to leave some space for the spread, because you got to cover this much to cover the spread. If you factored it in, then you could probably have exited at that specific price point. Yeah, the spread's too wide right now, guys. For New York session, having it over 100 pips is way too heavy. 300 pips is like madness, because that's like covering 3 trades instead of just 1 or 2 trades. Yeah, Solange said, imagine trading today. You guys are brave. Yeah, I'm not trading today. I'm watching the market. If you guys have any questions, you guys can ask whatever questions you guys have, because I don't think I'm going to be entering any trades today, even though we do see some trades here hitting. The volatility in the market is not really the volatility I'm looking for, because so here's the thing: if market was just going straight down, then yeah, okay, great, I'll take some trades. If the market is going straight up, then yeah, I'll take some trades too. The thing with the market right now is that it is volatile, but it's not going one direction. So as you can see right here with this trade, if you didn't pull out a TP, you would have been burnt right there. So guys, be very careful in the market if you guys are playing with it right now. Not necessarily the market to be playing in. And again, right here, it did hit liquidity. So as you can see, it hit liquidity right here, pulled back a little bit, came back for the second retest of liquidity right here, and then it shot right back up. So the same principles that we've been using when we use these liquidity zones, you see it test it once, pulls back a little bit, the retest right here, and then it shoots right through. So that's definitely something to look out for, because it's been happening so often. What the fuck, dude, what's going on with my market? That's so weird. I don't know how that happened, but it changed my I don't know. It seems like the whole market's tripping. For some reason, it just changed to odd USD. Okay, let me go back to here. All right, so let's go back over here. Watch from this point. Watch this for a second. Man, this thing is crazy. Look how far it's pushing up. And then I could expect it to come all the way back down. Solange said now gold is tanking. Yeah, what I would probably look out for is it coming all the way back down. Let's see. Kenny said, shot in the past few trading days, do you think I would have passed the FTMO challenge? I mean, I don't know, Kenny, you seem like you would have because you're posting profits every day. Have you posted any loss, like any losing days? Because all your, I mean, you just do the basic math, right? If you're trading on this account and you just add your profits up, you made 7,000, you made 6,000, you made 5,000. Does it add up to your profit goal? If it did, then yeah, you would have passed, obviously. But if it didn't, then but you haven't really showed any red days. So I mean, just looking at your accounts here, have you had red days? This is from February 23rd. So you've been posting your profits pretty much every day for the past, and I know you're doing the demo right now because you're getting prepared for the actual account. But so in the past 10 days, I mean, you haven't sent me any red days. So if these are really your profits on your demo account or whatever you're doing, I mean, yeah, you would have passed because it looks like you've just had wins every day, right? 2,000, 10,000. I mean, you probably would have passed in this one day alone. So I mean, I can't tell you if you would have passed or not. Just look at your FTMO at your metrics. It would have told you if you passed or not, and you would see you would see right there. But yeah, I mean, you've been doing good, so I'm pretty sure you would have passed in the past week or so if you were doing it properly. Patricia said you can pass if you follow Sean and don't get greedy. Yeah, exactly. So that's what Kenny's been doing. He's just been taking the trades during the live, and he's been posting his profits. So what you can do is you can go on FTMO because I know you're doing the the trial, Kenny. It'll tell you if you passed or not on your metrics. Yeah, no, exactly. Kenny said, oh yeah, practicing before game time, definitely. Yeah, I mean, if you guys just follow what we do on the live, if you don't take any risky trades, you only take like, the official trades that we are actually taking together, then you should be perfectly fine. Yeah, there's another V3 right here. Again, it's not one that I would take because, I mean, I'm just not going to trade it all today, guys. So if you guys are just waiting for me to take a trade, I don't think I'm going to take this. This candle is way too big, but yeah, it's in profit. If you guys are waiting for me to take a trade, I don't think I'm going to take any trades today, guys. This is just not the market I want to trade in. It's just far too risky. So it's 6:24 right now. I guess for the rest of the session, if you guys want to stay on or if you guys don't want to stay on, it's really up to you guys, but I'm not going to take any official trades today. This is just going to be an oversight day on the market. If you guys have any questions though, feel free to put your questions in the chat and I can answer whatever questions you guys have. I guess we can treat this session somewhat like a mentoring session. So if you guys want me to cover anything specific, I can cover it for you. there's just some days where you guys have to understand that it's better to sit out the market. Today, I think it's best to sit out the market. The market's too volatile and it's not really moving directional. So, I mean, technically it is, but it isn't. So you can see right here, this is when market opened at 6:30. Price was ranging super heavy right here. Pushed up. It's ranging again right here. Huge range. So as you guys can see, the market isn't necessarily, I know it looks like it's bullish right now, but if you kind of break it down, let me just delete this stuff here. Or let me just clean it up in general. Let me delete all this stuff right here. Just to show you guys how it's moving. So like, for example, right here, I'm going to mark up these little areas. So right here, big range. Again, right here, range, right? So ranging, again, right here, ranging, right? I know it looks like it's pushing up, but it's not really pushing up smoothly. Like it's not just a straight push to the upside or a straight push to the downside, right? These type of markets, you want to be very careful because if you measure these ranges, so right here to this point, it's like a 2000 pip range, right? Unless your stop loss is extremely wide, you're going to get caught in a lot of these crazy movements. So again, right here, this range was like about 2000 pips. This range is about 2000 pips. And price is just going back and forth. So this is why I choose to just sit out the market. Even though there could be profit to be made, there's also a lot of money to be lost if you get caught on the wrong side. So this is why I'm kind of just being a bit safer today. All right. Yeah, Maddie said, yeah, I think how people look at the market shows a lot about them as traders. No, exactly, right? So the thing is, if you're not disciplined, guys, you're probably going to be chasing these moves right here. You're probably blowing a lot of your capital. You got to be disciplined to like know when not to trade. So it just really depends on. Yeah, no, exactly. Yeah, Maddie said when I saw it, I was like, there's hella money to be lost, but people like certain people in the room see it as money. But you always got to look at the risk. Yeah, no, definitely. Talanji said your analysis is A1. I would have made money today. Yeah, no, exactly. The analysis that we used today, I mean, it played out pretty nicely, right? Price kind of pretty much went to exactly where we were anticipating, and price did come back to where we were expecting it to go. But I mean, that's the risk that certain people are willing to take, while others aren't. I'm not the one willing to take that type of risk. It's just too yeah, like C6 said, luck always runs out. Discipline keeps you in the game. Exactly. Patrick also said, not to mention my MC4 is acting up, freezing, etc. I'm out. Yeah, a smart decision, definitely. So there's a lot of factors here, guys. One factor is that there's a lot of volatility. Second factor is that there's probably going to be slippage. So if you guys are over leveraging, you can lose a lot more profit or lose a lot more money than you'd expect to. Also, you can probably get caught in some trades because the spread's kind of wide. So definitely. Ruin said, I'm officially the luckiest on here. I'm out. Yeah, no, definitely. Yeah, I mean, if you guys are trading during this market, you guys want to be very careful. Use a smaller lot size. So if you normally use like a 5 lot, I'd probably just use a 2 lot or even a 1 lot. Because it'd be too risky. Peter said 5 hours later, Sean, hey guys, took a few trades before close. I'm up 26. Yeah, no, I'm definitely not going to be trading today though, guys. I'm going to sit out today, come back tomorrow. The thing is, today's the first day of like the news. I mean, not the news, of the war. So you're going to see a lot of this volatility. Over time, market's going to slow down a bit. So market's going to go back to normal. You'll see random spike, well, not random spikes, but you'll see spikes of volatility, but it's going to go back to how it was normally moving. I think today and tomorrow price is going to be pretty crazy. And then the following week, it's going to be volatile, but I don't think you're going to see crazy spikes like this. It is going to be NFP week. So you're going to see volatility, but it's not going to be super crazy, like moving 2000, like 3000 pips, etc. So market open right here at 6:30, right? Let's measure it from here up until current price or to the current high. So this is the opening price. Price has pushed about 3,370 pips since open right here. That shows you how much, and it's only been an hour. So market's been open for about an hour. Price has pushed up super heavily. It pushed up and then it pushed back down. So this is, if you guys could just measure this, these are the gains that happen within the first, I guess, less than an hour. And then in the last 10 minutes, look how much it's dropped from this high down to our current price. It's dropped another 2,050 pips within the last, I guess, 10 minutes or so. So it took about an hour for it to get up there, and it took about 10 minutes for it to come right back down. I mean, this is a clear example of like why you guys want to be very careful. Because say, for example, you were trying to chase this buy here, right? So you see price go up and then you enter the buy up here and price comes all the way back down. You would have taken a big L. Again, same here. As price comes down, if price ends up going all the way back up, you gotta understand that this is going to be a big push to the upside. So, that's another reason why I'm just chilling out today. Why does it keep doing that? That's so weird. I don't know. Did you guys see that on my chart? It went from I didn't even push anything. It went from US30 to, I don't even know how I got to platinum. That's so weird. Okay, the market is TradingView is acting weird with me too. All right. Anyways, back to this down here. Let me scroll down real quick. Yeah, no, exactly. Solange said, you said it would do the opposite of everyone thinks it did, and it did. Yeah, no, exactly. Everyone thought price was going to come down because of the war, and then price ends up doing the opposite, going straight up. Ruben said, I'm just going to sit and listen to Sean. We appreciate you, bro. No, definitely, guys. And I appreciate you guys too for keeping me on point. I mean, honestly, if we didn't have this live session today, I probably would have been gambling in the market. Thankfully, all of us were watching the charts and watching everything, how the market was moving. So I was able to control myself and not take any stupid trades. So, I appreciate you guys as much as you guys appreciate me, because the thing is, like, even though I've been trading for so long, I still gamble in the market. It's not, it never goes away. You just get better at controlling it with discipline. So, I mean, you guys probably saved me from losing a lot of profit today if I decided to trade during this crazy market. All right, Jez, we'll see you tomorrow. Arun said Russian troops entered Chernobyl zone from Belarus. All right, so it looks like it's starting to pick up a bit. Let me see if I could update this. Okay, I see it right here. I thought I saw an update, but I guess not. Yeah, I thought I saw an update here, but I don't think it's updated. Okay, I see it's right here. So yeah, it said Russian forces break into Kyiv region. NATO deploy extra forces in Eastern Europe. So yeah, it says Russian forces have breached Kyiv region. So they're getting closer. It's happened about 8 minutes ago. Yeah, Barack said, I realize in such markets you can't keep it healthy. You could even get a heart attack. Like, you realize after the position closes, you've not breathed. Don't sit here, Barack. Okay, so guys, look at current price right now, right? So earlier I was telling you guys, don't chase the sell, don't chase the buy, right? Because if you guys chase the buy here and price drop, you would have gotten burnt. Again, right here, I was saying, I mean, it's crazy if you guys can see the volatility right here. this is why I don't want to trade, because if you get too caught up on these sells, this is a 2,500 pip drop, right? Price just shot all the way back up in the last 5 minutes. It shot up about 1,500 pips. So, I mean, it doesn't matter which direction you're trading, guys. If you guys are trading in the wrong direction, you're going to get burnt either way on both sides. So, I mean, unless you guys have a really, really wide stop loss, this is a big push right here. Not that there's any entry here to take a sell, but if you're gambling and you're just taking buys and sells because you think price is going to go in that direction, you can get easily burnt both ways. Kenny's asking, what software do you use for your bookkeeping? I use QuickBooks, Kenny. Yeah, exactly. C-Soup said, agreed. Thank you, Sean. Not trading, but loving to trade and having the proper strength to stick to discipline and keep the K2 fam out of losses next level. Yeah, no, exactly. Smart move of you guys to be sitting out. Yeah, Patrick said, no matter what type of market, Forex indexes options, number one thing they hate is uncertainty. Once this war has a direction, market will move more naturally again. Exactly. I agree with you 100%, Patrick. That's kind of what happened with COVID, right? So if you guys are trading with us when COVID first happened, the first couple of months were kind of choppy, or not really the first couple of months of it starting, but the first couple of months of it, like going into the news. So like January, February market was kind of rocky. Then March, when the shutdowns happened, we just started selling because there was a direction in the market. We just made a ton of profit, doing that. So exactly, Patrick is 100% spot on with what he just mentioned right there. Kenny said, guys, I've made way more with Sean here in K2 than I've ever in any other trading group that I was in before. Yeah, no, definitely, Kenny. And I'm glad to see, because you do send me your profits every day and you are killing it. Like, these are straight wins with your trades today and pretty much for the past couple of weeks now. Yeah, Barack said, thank you, Sean. You always seems you have a KPI of numbers of FTMOs passed in a week. It's amazing. Yeah, no, exactly. I mean, that's our goal here, guys. My goal here is to help you guys make sure that you guys are consistent traders so that you guys can pass your FTMOs and your MFFs or whatever you guys want to take, even your personal accounts. It's all about consistency. A lot of people downplay consistency, but consistency is the main thing that keeps you guys going. So Maddie over here, let's see. Maddie said, passed another account today, 4 accounts passed in a month, I believe. So Maddie today logged in 8,198. Nice work, Maddie. Off that account. Here's his total. He just passed another FTMO right there. And here's the confirmation. Nice. So Maddie just passed another FTMO. So we got another FTMO here passed by Maddie. So great work, guys. Definitely, Maddie. I'll see you tomorrow. Going over here, let's see. Kenny posted his profits, locked in 4,125. Nice work, Kenny. Kenny again right there, 5,333. Dell over here, locked in a total of 1,244. All wins, no losses. Kenny again right here, 6,173. Damn, Kenny, you're on fire. Maddie right there, 5,512. Nice. Kenny again right here. Kenny's now up 7,000 off this account. So great work, Kenny. I mean, he just keeps coming. See Scotty over here, locked in about 1,000. Nice work, Scotty. See Albert locked in a total of 3,612. Nice work, Albert. Rashida over here currently up 394. Nice work, Rashida. Albert again. Oh, this is another account. That's weird. How did that happen, Albert? So Albert has wins over here, but he has a loss over here. I guess this is his other account. It might have just copied late. That's kind of what happened to me yesterday too. And then Jason over here, he said first day on funded account, iPhone truck driving. Jason's a truck driver, so this is his first day trading on his funded account. He locked in 4,417. Nice work, Jason. Man, I'm pretty sure that's way more than you make as a truck driver, right? Because even after your split, like even your split over here, you made 4,417. If you were to get 80% of that, you'd still lock in a total of 3,533. I'm sure this is a lot more than you make at truck driving. So if you were to divide that by 40 hours, you're technically making about 88 an hour, working a full week, and you did this in a day. So great work, Jason. Looks like you're gonna quit your truck driving pretty soon. So guys, there's a couple of V3s here that just came up. I'm still not taking any trades today. I'm going to sit out the market, just like as I was mentioning. This is too big of a candle. There's also another one right here, a V3 that's coming up as well. I think this might be too big of a move too, or close enough. But yeah, a couple of V3s here that hit. This V3 full TP, this V3 full TP, this another V3 probably gonna hit full TP as well. Not one that I'm taking, but I'm just marking it up to show you guys, you know, honestly, guys, I think it's better to be safe right now than to be taking these risky trades. But yes, this is another V3 if you guys are looking. Gotcha. Yeah, Matt said order block's still there, that it's hitting. So there's an order block on the bottom side right here that Matt referred to. So I would consider it to be a bit risky as well for that reason too. A couple different reasons, but yeah, I mean, I'm still not taking it. So if you guys do decide to take any of these trades, good luck to all you guys. Be very safe with this. Use smaller lot sizes. I would also recommend moving your stop loss at profit whenever you guys can, because that's going to be a good tactic to be using during these crazy conditions. So let me see if there's anything else right here. Yeah, Kenny said, I showed the guys at work my demo profits last night. They asked me why the hell was I working at the warehouse for? Yeah, I mean, it's still practice, Kenny. So one thing that you want to keep in mind is that you want to keep the same mindset when you go into your real accounts, right? The problem with a lot of people is, I'm gonna delete this because we're on this trade, but what I'm going to like a word of advice to you, Kenny, is that keep doing what you're doing. So like the way that you trade now, trade the same way when you do get your real account, because what happens is people get too overly confident. They'll trade with us here on the live, and then once they go on their real account, they'll start doing their own thing. You know, just keep sticking to what got you all those profits prior to you doing the real account. And you should be perfectly fine. Just continue to trade the same way. Yeah, exactly. Matt said, yeah, blue real account doing what I wanted back in the challenge with Casey Shred only. Yeah, that's probably the best way to do it. All right, guys, it's getting close to 8. If you guys have any other questions, you know, feel free to drop your questions in the chat and I can answer whatever you guys need help with. Otherwise, we'll keep hanging around and see if I can see anything else for us to take here. Yeah, Maureen said, I think US30 took an account from everyone at least once. Yeah, no, definitely. It's when I first started trading US30, it definitely took a couple of my accounts because I didn't know how to trade it. But once I actually learned how to trade US30 and follow it like how we've been doing here daily, you know, huge game changer. That's why I don't trade anything else anymore. Because I understand US30 like exactly how it moves. It's the same patterns that repeat themselves over and over again. Let's see. Patrick said, Sean, anybody getting paid through MFF consistently like FTMO does? Yeah. Maddie and his brother Charles and a couple other people. And I think Jeff too. Everyone's getting paid consistently. I think I've only had like 1 or 2 or just 1 maybe MFF, but well, I'm still new to MFF, so if I could confirm like over the next couple of months or so, but I I mean, I'm still new to MFF, so I can't really say personally, but if you want to ask in the group, there's a couple of people there who've been getting paid consistently through MFF. The difference with MFF is that they're like really unorganized. They're not like, or maybe they're better now, but when I first joined MFF, they were super unorganized. Like when you get a payout from FTMO, they like email you like, hey, your payout's ready, or go to your dashboard or something like that. For MFF, I think you have to like ask them like, hey, bro's my payout. And then you got to give them like the actual numbers. Like they don't break it down for you. Maybe it's different now, but I mean, that's how it was when I first joined MFF. And that wasn't even too long ago. It's maybe like a month or 2 months ago. So yeah, exactly. Patrick said, yeah, FTMO customer service is second to none in my opinion. Yeah, no, same here. That's why I stick to MFF, to FTMO. That's going to be like, I'm still not going to recommend MFF to people, even though they're paying out, because I do think that they're a little more, I guess, harder to work with regard to customer service. Like if you have a question, they're not going to respond to you for like a couple of days, maybe like a week. With FTMO, you can like literally go straight to their support and will respond to you the same day. Let's see. Solange said, would you still advise getting a Tesla, or does the silence put you off? No, definitely. I think the Tesla is good for daily driving. I'm currently looking at R8s right now. I've been like looking at R8s pretty much every day because I do want a car that, like you mentioned, the silence. I was looking at an R8 and a 570S, but the R8s sound a lot better. I mean, the 570 looks cooler, but I definitely want a real car sound. So I think a Tesla would be good for a daily driver, and then have some sort of weekend car. Like if and when I do get my R8, I'm only going to be driving that to like the gym and stuff. I'm not driving it every day. But yeah, I definitely do recommend a Tesla for everyday use. Let's see. Swelly's asking, have you heard of Top Tier Trader, Sean? So I've heard people talk about it. I haven't really looked into them. I think that's like QBank's company, right? I have no opinion on Top Tier Trader. They're probably good, but I have no idea because I haven't used them myself. But yeah, I mean, I've heard of it. I haven't really looked into it, so I don't know anything about that funding company. But I'm sure they're good. I mean, if people are using it and it's consistent, you don't get too many complaints, then I'm pretty sure they're good. But like the thing to keep in mind is that there's so many different funding companies out there. You probably want to stick to what's widely used and what's been verified to work well. Obviously long term. I've been with FTMO for like years now, so I like their service, and I think they're very trustworthy, so I keep using them. MFF is like the second best one I think at the moment, but I mean they got a lot to work on, but they are getting better. So what I would recommend is to, if you haven't maxed out an FTMO, do FTMO first, and then maybe MFF, and then maybe go to these smaller companies after. Nice, yeah. So it's Longy said he wants a McLaren 720S. That's my dream car for me. I definitely want to get one, but I want to buy a house first. So I got to pay off my law school loans, and then I got to buy a house, and then I got to buy a house first, and then I'll get my 720. The R8 is actually affordable, so it's not super affordable for a normal person, but it's a lot cheaper than 720. So that's why I'm sticking with the R8 for now, if I can find one for a good deal. Right. The X7 is cool too. Like the X7M. I've been looking at the X7 and X6. I know Maddie wants an X6. Jonathan said he recommends a Challenger as a daily driver. Man, that's crazy gas guzzler. That's the main reason why I keep my Tesla. I was gonna sell my Tesla and get a G-Wagon, but dude, gas is crazy. Even though like I don't mind the like I could pay the gas prices. Like I'm not trying to throw away money. You're literally burning money driving a like a gas guzzler like that. That's why I keep my Tesla for daily driving, and then and if you guys haven't seen my Tesla, this is probably why you guys are asking, because you see right here in my downloads, right? Because I'm in this car group, and they're asking for a picture of my car. That's why this is my Model X. And I got it in a wrap, so it doesn't look like a normal Tesla. Like if you see my car on the road, it looks kind of different because it's in a chrome blue and it's all blacked out. So I've chrome deleted everything and it's a chrome blue. So it doesn't look like a normal Tesla. Ruin said, my wife has a Mercedes AMG, drove it once sticking to an XM. I mean, a X7. Yeah, exactly. Swelly said McLarens are cool, but have a lot of issues. Exactly. That's why I'm not looking to get a McLaren just yet, because I don't want to throw away money in that either. Even though I can afford it, it's just I don't want to waste time bringing my car to the shop and then not being able to drive it and having all these different issues with it. R8's like super reliable for a fun car at the moment. Talanji said Tsunodi wants a Lambo. No, my long-term goal. So I think long-term goal cars is probably going to be 720S. After 720, SVJ is always going to be super dream car, but I'm not going to spend like $500,000 on a car before I buy a house. I'm going to go buy a house first. C6 said grab a Kia Soul. Jason said I'll take a 1836 Buick, especially with how gas prices are. Everyone said, did somebody say gas prices? Thanks, Biden. Yeah, everyone said I have KT Trail on my license plate too. Nice. Eventually, right? Yeah, I gotta figure out what kind of plate I want for my next car. I'm probably gonna get like Sean K2 or something. Swelly said, have you ever traded on your Tesla screen, Sean? Saw that trade do it on Instagram stories. Yeah, actually, I did. It's funny that you mentioned it. There's like, I have videos here from like way back in like, I think last summer. Because I have autopilot on my Tesla. So I was like I was traveling a lot. I think I was traveling like Arizona, and I was actually trading on my phone. Because I would travel a lot between San Diego and the area. I don't know what happened to it. Or it was like the year before. It was like 2020 actually, not 2021. Yeah, like that right there. So I don't know if you guys know. You guys can pull up TradingView on the Tesla. So I was like doing a hike, and I was like, this is when we were trading forex. I had to check on my trade because I was doing a hike, and then I was like, dude, I got to check to make sure that my trade's in profit. So as you're trading Euro CAD, yeah, I used to pull up TradingView on my car all the time. This is how I was at the gym. I was looking at US30 because we would take the daily trade, and I had to make sure that our daily hit full TP. So yeah, I do trade on my phone. Well, I pull up TradingView on my Tesla, and then I have I execute on an MT4. Like every day, because we would take the daily trade. If you guys are part of K2, like when we took the daily entry, we would take one US30 trade a day. This is before we were scalping, and I would check on my trades while I was, out doing stuff. But yeah, no, it's funny you mentioned that. Let's see, is anything else here? C6H save for a yacht. Yacht's crazy. I don't know if I could do that. Not anytime soon. K2 jet. Yeah, eventually. Let's see. All right, guys. So looking at the charts over here, looks like volatility is starting to kind of die down a little bit, which is a good thing. It's about to be 8 though, so it's getting close to time for us to get off. Here, let's see. Question over here from Barack. Barack's asking just a question, Sean. Any reason you stick to MT4 and why you wouldn't consider MT5 or C Trader? So the main reason why I stick to MT4 is because I barely figured out how to use MT4. I don't like using like the MetaTrader platform at all. And like, I mean, there's just no reason for me to change. Like if you're using MT4, MT5 and MT5 are the same thing. There's nothing really different. The difference is that like MT4 is, I mean, it caters more to like, you know, these older assets. I know MT5 carries other assets, but it's pretty much the same platform. There's nothing that's really too different between the both. It's just, you know, I'm not trying to waste my time to go and like learn MT5 when I already have everything set up for MT4. Like for my copier, I already know how to set up MT4 and like I already know how everything works. So, you know, it's like that saying, you know, don't fix something that's not broken. MT4 is not broken for me. So that's why I don't go over to like MT5 or C Trader. I heard C Trader is good, but I don't know. Can you guys add C Trader on the copier? Let me check. Counts. Let's see. Let me see if I could add C Trader 2 here. Yeah, C Trader is not even on a social trader tool, so it's like one reason that why I wouldn't use it. But MT5 and MT4 are pretty much the same thing. Oh, gotcha. Okay, so Wesley said that I think C Trader has its own copy system built into it. Yeah, so if that's the case, maybe I'll look into C Trader. I've never used C Trader, and it's just a lot more work for me to get into like figuring out how other platforms work. Like it took me long enough to figure out MT4, so I kind of don't want to mess around with anything else until I don't know if C Trader has a DOM like MT4. If they do, then maybe I'll switch over. The main one that I want to switch over to is that when you can start trading on TradingView. So if they have a platform where you can trade directly off TradingView, then yeah, for sure I'm going to switch over to that. But I mean, MT4, MT5, and C Trader, it's pretty much the I mean, they're kind of similar to one extent or the other. It doesn't really make trading easier for me, right? So if I'm making all this profit trading MT4, I'm just going to stick to MT4. Unless like something on these other platforms make it easier for me, then yeah, I'll switch over. But currently at the moment, not really much of a reason for me to switch over at this specific moment. Gotcha. Okay. Yeah. So I'll probably look into C Trader if that's the case, but I don't think I'll switch over to it because I know eventually they're going to start supporting it. TradingView. Everybody uses TradingView. So if they have that where you can get a built-in account to TradingView, then I'm for sure going to switch over to that. I just saw you guys' chat over there. All right, guys, so it's about to be 8 o'clock right now. I think that's it for this session. Unfortunately, we couldn't take any trades today, but hopefully you guys understand the reason why, right? This whole war thing is going on with Russia and Ukraine. Market's kind of crazy, but you can see that market is now starting to smoothen out a bit. So here's price starting to kind of slow down right here versus how it's been moving over here. This range right here has only been moving about still about 1,000 pips, but it's not, you know, it's not 2,000 or 3,000 pips. So with this said, you know, just like what John said, rather be safe than sorry today. Exactly. Same here. So I'm just gonna sit out the market. I'm not gonna trade after I get off this live. So if you guys are wondering, I'm not gonna trade. I'm gonna go do some other stuff. Probably go to the gym, walk my dogs, do some stuff like that, and then I'll trade tomorrow maybe. Um, but I think for the rest of today, I'm gonna follow the news and see what's going on. There's obviously updates right here. It says Russian forces trying to seize Chernobyl, the site of the 1986 nuclear disaster. That's pretty crazy if they still have nuclear stuff there. Who knows? And also one thing to keep in mind is that Biden is going to speak. So Biden is speaking at 9:30. So in about an hour and a half, Biden is going to speak. You probably expect the market to go even lower when Biden starts to speak. I was gonna say, Rick, this is your boy, but he's not on here right now. Rick actually signed off already. So yeah, Rick is gonna be. I was gonna say Rick is gonna speak. Biden's gonna speak at 9:30. It's 8 o'clock right now. He's gonna speak in about an hour and a half. So it says he's expected to unveil new consequences for Russia. All right, Biden, whatever. Anyways, I think that's it for now, guys. If you guys have any other questions, feel free to reach out through email or Telegram. I'll be around. I'm not going to be trading, so I'll just be watching the news, see how the market reacts to the news. I think when Biden speaks later, you're probably going to see a lot more movement. One thing that I would recommend that you guys do is if you guys do decide to trade after the live session, is to keep track of these liquidity areas, right? So, I can't emphasize it enough how important these liquidity areas are, because the thing is, price will probably be pushing up for a bit right here. Here, let me do it on the clean chart. This is probably going to be a lot easier for you guys to follow. Because when Biden speaks, I do expect price to drop. So if that happens, if you guys have these liquidity zone areas drawn up, you already know where these drops are going to happen. So guys, check this out here. There's a lot of liquidity right here on the bottom. So one thing to keep in mind is Biden is going to, and just keep in mind, if you guys want to play around with the market, I'd recommend just playing with demo. But this will it'll probably be a fun drop when Biden speaks here at 9:30. So Biden's going to speak at 9:30. He's going to threaten Russia and be like, oh, we're going to do this and that to Russia for bombing Ukraine. And then when he speaks, areas to keep in mind are going to be these areas of liquidity, right? There's going to be areas of liquidity right there, and down here. These are the main areas to look out for. So check this out. If price ends up pushing up or even consolidating around this area, when Biden speaks, when price hits this area of liquidity, you can probably expect it to drop to this area of liquidity. And then from there, either bounce off or drop even further down to this area of liquidity. So I'm not going to trade this, but I'm going to be watching it to see how this plays out, because I think it's going to be pretty interesting to see it hit liquidity once Biden starts speaking here around 9:30. Nick's asking, what button do you click to mark those liquidity zones? I use a horizontal line. So if you use this tool right here, I use a horizontal ray actually. This magnet's going to let you click to whatever points that you want to have it set to. I mean, if you just draw a line there, it'll come up anywhere. If you turn on this magnet and you click on the high here, it'll draw it at the high or the low, wherever you plan on drawing it. Yeah, exactly. Ruin says, stay away from the markets until Sean is back in them. So I'm going to hold off on this today, and then I will, I'll come back tomorrow to check. Kenny's asking, is war going to affect the tax returns? No, it's not. You still got to file your tax returns. I don't think they're going to extend that. So if the war was going on here in the US, then yeah, maybe it would affect it, but the day-to-day continues with the US. It's not going to change. You still got to turn in your tax returns. And thanks for reminding me, Kenny, because I gotta, my business tax returns are actually due, I think, next month. So I gotta get mine in ASAP. So I think I'm gonna spend that day, spend today getting my stuff together so I can go file my taxes as well. But yeah, other than that, Peter said, Kenny, only if the IRS building is taken out. Yeah, if they bomb the IRS building, maybe it'll affect it. But no, all jokes aside, the war is still going on, and thankfully, thank God, it's not happening here in the U.S. Right? If we had the war happening here in the U.S., I mean, I'd be tripping out because, like, think about you trading and then all of a sudden your window just gets blown out because you get bombed. That's pretty scary. So, with all jokes aside, with like what's going on in Ukraine, it's some real scary stuff, guys. If it was happening here, it'd be a whole different story, right? But other than that, guys, I think that's it. So have a great rest of your morning, guys. And if you guys have any questions, feel free to reach out. But I will be holding out from the market until tomorrow. So if you guys do want to trade, use a very small lot size, or just trade on demo if you guys want to play around. I don't agree with taking any like crazy trades today because you just might blow your account. So other than that, guys, have a great rest of your morning, and I will see you